Hello and welcome. I'm the Theory Detective. In these lessons, we'll uncover the mystery of music theory. Now we did the majors. Let's take a look at the minors. If you look over here, I'm starting with an A in the bass clef. Now remember when we started the majors, we dealt with C major. It was our first major. It sounded like this. Now, when you look at the major scale, the C major scale, on the keyboard, you'll notice that it only uses the letter name notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. It doesn't use any sharps or flats, any accidentals, any raised notes, any of the notes up here. It only uses the original letter name notes. So if you did that with minor instead of major, let's see what it sounds like. Now minor actually is based on A. It was originally a mode, just like major was originally a mode. Minor started on A, and it did only the original letter name notes. So on the keyboard, it would be just the white notes or the lowered notes instead of the ones that were higher or the black notes. Listen to it. That's the minor scale. I'll put it a little louder so you can hear it. Now if you notice, A, B, C is a different pattern than say in major, where if you started on A for A major, you'd have A, B, C sharp, because the C would be raised. So this gives us a different pattern. A to B is a whole step. But B to C is not a whole step. Remember, for major, you had whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So that would be whole step to C sharp. But instead we have a C natural. So that gives us a half step. Whole step, half step, and then C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step, E to F, half step, F to G, whole step, and G to A, whole step. So that gives us whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. A very different pattern than the one we're used to for major. Go ahead and say it a few times. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. One more time. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. The more you're able to memorize this, the more that minors in general will become very easy. So practice it as much as possible. Now going back to A minor, let's take a look at what that is on the clef sign. The clef on the staff. So you have from A to B is a whole step. From B to C is a half step. C to D, whole step. D to E, whole step. E to F, half step. F to G, whole step. G to A, whole step. And there's your pattern. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Now, just like the major chords, we do the skip up to make the minor chords. Only there's a whole step, half step in the third here. Whole step to D and half step whole step to B and half step to C. So from here, this is what we call a minor third. Listen to the major third. Listen to the minor third. So it's a little bit smaller. And then we have another skip up, another third there. So there's our third. There's our third. And of course, from the bottom to the top is actually the interval of a fifth. And I'll fit that in there. And that gives us our A minor chord. So here's A skip up is C, and a skip up is E. Now remember always when you're dealing with the minor, you do in lower case. This particular minor is called the natural minor. The natural minor means it's according to the minor key signature. Minor key signature for A minor is no sharps, no flats, just like the major key signature for C major is no sharps or flats. So we say that they're related, okay, C major and A minor. So this is our natural minor for A minor. We could say A natural minor. And when dealing with the keys that are minor, we always do lowercase. Okay? So let's wrap that up. Minor scale. Go ahead and take out flashcards or note cards to make flashcards. On one, put minor scale. And the other, write out the half steps and whole steps. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. And then A minor scale. That's the actual first minor scale that we learn and that we've basically made, invented. And go ahead and write out the letter names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A again if you like. And then the minor key signature. That's the sharps or flats at the start of the piece that tell you what the key is. And this one is no sharps or flats. So there's none of them. No sharps and no flats. So it's actually relative to C major. Think about them as cousins. And then A minor chord. And our A minor chord, that's this one right here, A, C, E. So go ahead and put it out, A, C, E. Add those to your practice pile and practice them as much as you can, especially the whole steps and half step pattern for the minor key signature or the minor scale. And remember also the key signature for A minor is no sharps or flats. Practice them as much as you can and have a great day.